Sports Blitz Live is on the air with full coverage of the Auburn Tigers,
Touchdown, Auburn!
the Alabama Crimson Tide,
Off to the inside, intercepted Alabama. Touchdown run.
and everything college and high school sports. Now, let's join Andy, Brett, Randy, and Luke for this edition of Sports Blitz Live.
Hello again, everyone, and good Tuesday evening. Welcome into this, the latest edition of Sports Blitz Live. I am Andy Graham alongside Luke Robinson. We'll be with you for the next couple of hours, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of sports. So much to talk about. I doubt we'll get to it all, but why not? We'll give it a try. Alabama defeats Vanderbilt 30-14 over the weekend. Auburn off, thank goodness. They'll take on Georgia on Saturday night. That is the oldest rivalry in the Deep South. I'm not sure you're aware of that.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. We'll look around the SEC. We'll look around the SEC as well. Florida rises up, or maybe it's just Texas is not that good. We can debate that.
A little bit of column B.
Maybe so. Penn State goes to California, and I don't even know what is this the worst loss ever?
It's up there.
It's close.
I mean, like, what? Here's where the committee can make a stand. Assuming Penn State doesn't win the Big Ten, which I think now, I mean, like, that's not going to happen. But let's just say everything goes bananas and Penn State were to win the Big Ten. Then obviously they'd get in because they'd win the Big Ten. But let's say they go to the championship game and don't win, and they'd be 10-3. You can't let them in. If you ask me, this is where it would bother me to no end if you let a team like that in. I don't care if they beat Ohio State. I don't care because they'd get to the championship game and lose to Oregon again or Ohio State or whoever they'd be, Indiana, whoever they'd be playing. You have what I believe to be the worst loss of the year on your resume now. The worst loss. It's not close. You were a 25-point favorite. You were minus 5,000 on the money line.
It's the worst loss in Penn State history.
I mean, I think you could make the argument.
It's not close.
Well, I don't know Penn State's history, so I can't say that.
Well, I mean, in my lifetime.
In my lifetime, I can't remember Penn State losing one like this.
Jope, I never lost a game like this.
Listen, this team that they played, this UCLA squad, just fired their coach. They had no wins, and it's the first time a winless team has beaten a top 10 team since 1985, and that was like New Mexico against BYU. But again, what my point is this. This is where the committee has to make a stand. Like Penn State, unless you win out, you're done. You're done.
And let's be honest, there's no chance.
There's no chance
that they go to Ohio State and win.
There's no chance.
I think they got to play Illinois or Indiana, one of the two.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I would have said there's no chance they lose to UCLA either. You know, I bet you they are.
Yes, but James Franklin is involved in both.
But he didn't lose games like UCLA. He lost games like Oregon. He didn't lose games like UCLA. I mean, I think this is one of those turning point moments where you go, okay, Auburn got there with Tommy Tuberville. I think that's another good point. I mean, you talk about 04, and you can raise the banner if you want to, but in the end, Tommy Tuberville didn't get Auburn over as much of the hump as they wanted to be. And I think Auburn fans realized, we've sort of hit the ceiling here. And then you got to make a determination. Do you want to keep being 8-4 to 9-3, occasional 10-2? Do you want to keep being that, or do you want to roll the dice and shoot for something more? Nebraska got to that with, help me out.
Frank Solich.
They got to that with Frank Solich, and they were consistent as you could be at 9-3.
They won 10 games.
Yeah, they won 10 games.
I think the year they fired him.
But and he just couldn't get them back to national championship prominence. And they rolled the dice and it backfired. And I think that's what you have to do now. And especially now, it may be a little different now because you can get in the playoffs. But see, that's where a game like this has to be a huge punishment. A loss like this, there has to be consequences. There have to be. I mean, if you let Penn State back in these playoffs any other way besides winning their conference, what you're telling the world is we don't care who you play. They played Villanova, and they played 2 other dump trucks. They played nobody of consequence. And their Big Ten schedule's relatively easy. I mean, because all the Big Ten, they situated it where, Ohio State doesn't play Oregon. And Oregon doesn't play Michigan, and just, they made it so everybody doesn't have to have like this. Nobody has like one of those Oklahoma schedules, On the flip side, I think same thing could be said for Texas. I mean, barring winning out, Texas already has a loss to they lost to Ohio State, which no shame in that game, I understand, but they lose to a Florida team that everybody had already packed Billy Napier's bags. God almighty, by the way, how many lives did that guy have?
It was you could have seen it coming from a mile away.
I told you here last week. I said they beat them. Now I also said Arkansas would beat Notre Dame, so I'm not going to sit here and pat myself too hard. But
look, there's
Florida's
two things.
got too much talent to not upset somebody.
That's true. And if you're waiting and you keep thinking, well, eventually Arch Manning's going to play like a superstar. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He is who he is. He was a great high school quarterback. He is a mediocre college quarterback.
He was a great high school quarterback in a league, in a division, the competition was so far below him, and not because he's incredible, but because that whole system isn't great. And so, he looked awesome. And it's sort of, and sometimes that doesn't mean anything. Derrick Henry played against a bunch of guys that weren't of his caliber at all either. But, Derrick Henry's different. He was a freakazoid. Arch Manning, pretty good. He got good speed. He throws a pretty nice ball. But
sometimes,
but there's nothing about him that goes, you don't look at him and go, man, that guy's a prodigy. I take that back. Some national people have been doing that, and we have blindly followed along for the most part. But it's funny because every week, you're seeing a mock draft and Arch Manning's going number 1, and I'm like, I just watched him play Ohio State, and he couldn't do anything. I was like, well, maybe Ohio State's really good, And then he plays Florida or plays some of these other teams he's been playing that weren't very good, and you're like, okay, still not seeing much, but maybe he just needs to get his feet up under him. And then what's funny is Texas brings in a dude to play one play for him. That guy throws an absolute frozen rope to his intended target, and you're like, that's the best throw I've seen Texas make all year. I've seen one of those guys throws.
Arch, and here's the problem, and this is the problem that I have at Auburn for so many years, and half the colleges in the country have this problem. You see, when the fourth quarter rolls around, Arch Manning starts throwing these. He stepped up in the pocket, dodged a guy, threw a bullet right down the middle, hit the guy in stride in the end zone. You thought, there it is. Do that every time. That's easier said than done. There are guys all over the country that can make a throw once or twice in a game. The guys that can do it consistently are the guys that go to the NFL or the guys that win national titles and things like. So, it's not a problem, just a minor problem. It's a major problem for a lot of people. It just so happens that his name is Manning and you weren't expecting it.
And it really is. I don't think it's as surprising, and maybe it's hindsight, but I think we all sort of fell in the trap of, he's a Manning. Everybody tells us how good he is. He's got to be good. And instead of, we saw him a few times last year, and we were like, yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. But then Quinn Ewers, who was his predecessor, he goes in the 7th round. That's how good he was. Jalen Milroe went in the 4th round.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like, Texas is in some trouble now because now you've got a situation where do you bench a Manning? Now, if you're going to coach and you're just like, hey, I got to do my thing. I got to do what's best for this team. I think you have to bench him I also came on here and said after the Florida State game that maybe the spark Alabama needs is a new quarterback because that's how you get a spark. I didn't realize Alabama was going to create its own spark. I didn't realize that, like, the very next game they were going to come out and play, Ty Simpson was going to go 17-17. And that sort of got things kicked off for Alabama. So not necessarily a foolproof plan. But we've got 5 games of sample size with this guy starting now. And I have not been wowed by anything. And in fact, the one thing that I've done that is memorable, or that one thing I've seen that's memorable from him, is when he ran over somebody from Sam Houston State or something. He didn't really run over him, but he stood over him as if he had just trucked him. And then the guy stood up and was like, "What are you doing?" You know, and it's just annoyance. So, yeah, it's funky how the number 1, number 2, and number 4 teams are all out of the top 25 preseason. There's no way Lenora Sellers or Arch Manning will be the SEC first-team all-team quarterback, or Garrett Nussmeier for that matter.
No.
I mean, it's been pretty wild, so it's interesting.
Justin says, how do all these staffers on teams and recruiting services miss so badly on Arch and some of the others?
Justin, let me say this about that. There's no way this is an exact science, just like as people Coca-Cola hires people all the time that they have to fire immediately because they might have some vice you don't know about in their private life. They
drink Pepsi.
That was a good line.
Thank you.
I'm not laughing as so much as I'm impressed with the way you came up with that. Or, you know, they may have financial troubles you didn't know about. They may have a girlfriend trouble that makes them crazy, whatever. So it's the same thing with high school recruiting. Same way, the NFL GMs, there are GMs who do nothing but spend time, or draft experts who do nothing but spend time on watching college football, and they get picks wrong all the time. And so it's just it's human nature to be inexact. So.
We're up against our first break here on Sports Blitz Live, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Sportz Auto Sales, Highway 280 in Kellyton, Alabama, is home-owned and home-operated. If you're looking for tires, they have it. If you're looking for a vehicle, they have them. Great selection. Always out looking for more just for you, the customer. And if you're looking for service, whether you buy the vehicle from them or whether you buy the vehicle somewhere else, they do service work and got a great crew there. Keep us in mind. Don't you go by Sportz Auto Sales on Highway 280 in Kellyton today.
Craving pizza done right? Come to Lake Martin Pizza, where flavor meets the lake, with 2 locations, 63 South in Alexander City and Highway 49 South in Dadeville. Grab a 14 or 18-inch specialty pizza or build your own masterpiece. Go half and half your way. In a hurry, stop in for our lunch specials. Hot, fresh pizza by the slice, served daily. We've got more than just pizza. Try our fresh salads, cheesy breadsticks, garlic knots, and sweet cinnamon twists. Lake days, game nights, or family dinners, Lake Martin Pizza hits the spot every time.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Here at Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply, we value what truly makes a home. And that's why we're proud to offer America's #1 brand of siding and exterior products. James Hardie creates possibilities with an array of colors and textures. We offer the full line of James Hardie products, from Hardie plank to artisan siding and everything in between, giving you, our customer, options to have the best. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply, local since 1984.
Ready for an unforgettable escape? Jump into adventure at Lake Martin, Alabama. From thrilling water sports to peaceful fishing spots, it's love at first bite every time you cast your line. Want more excitement? Catch an event with our vibrant festivals, concerts, and fishing tournaments all year long. And when the sun sets, dive downtown to discover local shops, delicious dining, and warm southern hospitality. Explore Lake Martin, where every moment is an adventure waiting to happen.
Zaxby's birthday cake milkshakes are back. Just in time for Zaxby's 35th birthday, so they're gifting you half-off handcrafted milkshakes.
Happy birthday to us all.
Zaxby's handcrafted milkshakes.
Who's got the sauce?
Bundle your home and auto and save money with State Farm's personal price plan. Contact State Farm agent Ron Carroll today at 256-378-6631 or visit him on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer availability. Eligibility may vary.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. I am Andy Graham alongside Lou Robinson. Again, just getting started on tonight's show. Love to hear from you, 256-234-6221. This segment brought to you by Sunshine Heating and Air. For all your heating and cooling needs, give Kevin Keel and his crew a call. First, I looked early in the week. It was like the low Saturday night. It was going to be like 46. And then I looked today, and it was like 50. So, but it's going to be, it's going to be a cool night on Saturday night. First kind of big time night game in quite a while. But Sunshine Heating and Air, give them a call today if you need their services. 256-825-4849. All right, Luke, you were in Tuscaloosa Saturday. Diego Pavia kind of made some noise earlier in the week, and then he went out and turned the ball over in the red zone twice.
I'll say this. When you say turn the ball over, it's true. However, I think on the first fumble, I think Alabama did a good job of making him fumble that. Like, they ripped the ball out. It wasn't he was careless with it. I don't think that was the case. I think they ripped the ball out. And then the interception, you could tell Keon Sabb was sort of setting that up. He could see that coming, and he sort of just lingered for a second, and you couldn't really tell him. In fact, he might have been hiding behind the referee a little bit, and he jumps in front of the pass, and that was a big play too. I'm going to say this. All of Pavia's blustering is off-putting to me, and it's certainly anti-Vanderbilt. But, if you're going to be the savior of Vanderbilt football, you can't be the stereotypical blonde-haired, blue-eyed, tie sweater around your neck kind of guy. You've got to be something a little ambiguous and off the wall, and that's what Diego Pavia is. I mean, I looked him up, because it is an interesting story. He went to a high school called Volcano Vista.
Okay.
Like, not Del Boca Vista.
Yeah.
Volcano Vista. And I just found that to be interesting. And then,
is that on the foothills of a volcano?
Do they have
Does
volcanoes
it overlook?
in New Mexico? I never thought of that.
Okay.
I thought they had mesas.
True.
I don't know if they got volcanoes or not.
Well, vista means view, right? So.
Yeah. There was that was in White Men Can't Jump. The apartment the lady was in Vista View Apartments, so just view. But I just think Vanderbilt needed some kind of shot in the arm like that to be different. So while I don't like it, and all the crotch grabbing at the fans and Johnny Manziel flipping the fans off, and I'm sure some fans were saying some awful things to him. But as Johnny Manziel, why do you want to get down in that muck? I just don't understand it. And same thing with Pavia. It was funny, there was an interaction between Pavia and an Alabama fan that went viral as he's going into the tunnel. And it was an older looking dude, he's probably in his 40s or whatever. And the guy was sort of just, pointing his finger, and Pavia was sort of saying something back. And then one of the staffers for Vandy comes and says, "What are you doing yelling at kids?" And my first thought was, Pavia's 24. There's not much he can't do. He can't run for president yet, but that's it.
Yeah.
He can rent his own car now. He can do all those things.
Was he born?
Huh?
Was he born here?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know about all that.
But yeah, look. Just about the game, Vanderbilt. Did what you cannot do if you're Vanderbilt. You have to play perfect if you're going to upset Alabama. And they did nil about. They didn't play perfect. Nobody ever does. But they played about that way last year. This year, again, whether they're calls or not, you turn the ball over twice in the red zone. You could have gone up 14-0 and really put the pressure on Alabama. And, those kind of things, Vanderbilt's not going to win those games if they do that.
Well, conversely, everything was going Alabama's way at first. They get the ball. Vanderbilt won the toss and deferred. Alabama gets it, drives right down the field, mostly behind Jam Miller. And it's 4th and less than a yard. And I think Alabama fans are just going to have to deal with this. Occasionally, DeBoer and Ryan Grubb are going to go Pac-12 on you. And so instead of just handing the ball off to Jam Miller and getting the surefire, ain't screwing around first down, which I think they would have gotten, they try play action, throw it deep to the tight end, and it's picked off. Again, kind of weird because if the guy was thinking, he would have batted the ball down.
Yeah.
I mean, and Vandy scored anyway. But so he intercepted it, and then Bama drives back down again. They miss a field goal, and all of a sudden, I'm in that hot stadium. By the way, in the north end zone, that sun hits you. It was murderous. But and I'm thinking, we're going to lose these nerds again. I mean, I really was, because they were pushing us around. I was getting mad at our defensive coordinator. We did give up 113 yards rushing in the first quarter. Now, after that, I think they gave up 22 yards and 13 yards, then 7 yards, then no yards in the next 3 quarters. So, Vandy is good, though. I mean, that's the other thing. I had a buddy who went to hear Clark Lee speak at the Birmingham Touchdown Club, I think it is. And Clark Lee was the speaker. He did a great job. Said, he was actually like a catcher for Birmingham Southern.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And then he went to Vanderbilt and he played football. And then he talked about how there was apparently, and this is sort of nothing to do with the game, but this is interesting, that when Clark Lee got there, things were just in such disarray. I mean, just awful. I mean, because he's used to like structure and, he's got a Nick Saban attitude about himself. And he said that every game before, like they played somebody big before he got there, during the week, he just couldn't get him to practice hard because he realized their whole attitude, we're going to get the heck beat out of us anyway. So why do we need to practice hard? And so he had to change that mentality and change that culture. He also found out that the previous chancellor had gotten a commission together to study whether or not Vandy should drop down to Division III in football. And the report came back.
Division III?
Yeah. And the report came back, no, this would be the dumbest thing anybody's ever done, and it's the only second to you're asking us to study this. You're in the best setup you could possibly be forever. You are Vanderbilt. You have contributed nothing football-wise, and you're in the best football conference making all the money, and you get your share of it for doing practically nothing, and you want to see about moving us down to Division III. It's the dumbest idea in the history. The end. That's what that report should have been like. But I just thought that was interesting. I mean, that's what that guy was up against. We can talk about Brian Harsin leaving Auburn in a mess. Mike Shula leaving Bama in a mess. Neither one of those schools were like, you know what? I'm tired of cashing checks. Let's go down to Division III.
It is supposed to be the smartest school among us.
But I think there are some people who just hate sports. So they hate the fact that people talk so much sports, profit off sports, enjoy sports because they want everybody to be an egghead. And look, there's something to be said for book clubs and reading and all that. But, go do that thing. That's fine. Sports is buttering your bread. Football is making you tons of money and you've contributed nothing. But Vanderbilt may be about to contribute something. We'll talk about that when we come back.
Well, Clark Lee, I mean, somebody we're having this conversation said, would you go after him? And I said, well, I tell you what, let's wait until 2 years after Diego Pavia leaves. Then let's evaluate him and see what Vanderbilt is. I'm just saying.
I hear you.
He was 2-14 before he got there.
But
I get what he was up against, and I get what he inherited.
I have so much more respect for him now, and I have respect for him.
And he's a Vanderbilt guy, so.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. More to come right after this.
Lake Martin now has a global connection for the best in pre-owned vehicles. The all-new Global Auto Exchange is now open on Cherokee Road in Alex City next to Cazador's Restaurant and is excited to serve Lake Martin with the finest pre-owned car, truck, and SUV selection at the market's most competitive prices and most versatile finance options. Global Auto handpicks all their inventory, and with 4 lots in the region, they have a selection that won't be beat. Whether pre-owned luxury to affordable work truck, Global Auto has the vehicle for you. We reward good credit and can work with Challenge Credit to get you the ride you want. Visit the all-new Global Auto on Cherokee Road, Alex City for the best selection, pricing, and inventory.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need with top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindawa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill, and our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious 1-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Visit our new locations in Gadsden and Oxford today.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. We're talking about the Vanderbilt Commodores in the previous segment. You said maybe they're about to up the ante here. What are we talking?
No, what I think is I'm going to pull up Vandy's schedule really quickly, and I'm going to tell you, all of a sudden, you know, and I was one of those who thought Vandy might fall off this year too. I have no problem saying it. I certainly wasn't alone. But if you eventually, and I should have, this probably would have been a good thing for me to do during the break. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe so.
But, all right, so Vandy, they have LSU at home. Then they welcome in Missouri. Then they travel to Texas. They have Auburn at home, Kentucky at home, and travel to Tennessee. At the beginning of the year, you would have said there's no way they're beating LSU, there's no way they're beating Texas, probably not beating Auburn, definitely not beating Tennessee, and the other two might be a toss-up. I look at that schedule right now, and I say the hardest game I think they have left is Missouri. I think Missouri is really good, and I'm frightened to death of them this weekend. That Ahmad Hardy is a dude. He's good. He's a dude. He's leading the nation in rushing. He's almost doubled up number 2 in the SEC. He's got 750 yards. The next guy's got 445. The same number of games.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. But you telling me Vandy can't go and beat Texas? When they almost beat them last year, by the way. I don't see any reason Vandy can't go. Bryant-Denny, I promise you, I've been to both stadiums. Bryant-Denny is definitely more intimidating and louder than Austin. And Vandy's not going to have any problem walking into that stadium. It wouldn't shock me at all if they win. You telling me Vanderbilt can't beat Auburn? I certainly think they can. I certainly think they can.
I don't know why they wouldn't be favored.
I certainly think they can beat LSU. I mean, I hadn't seen anything out of – I mean, LSU is struggling badly offensively. Whether or not it's because their quarterback's hurt, I don't know. But they are struggling. And then Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee can sling the ball around pretty good. But, Vandy – that's what Vandy was doing to Alabama at first, just controlling that clock. And then Alabama was able to turn the tables a little bit, and they actually almost the exact opposite of Vanderbilt from the previous year. Jimmy Stein pointed that out to me that – the previous year, Jalen Milroe had an interception and a fumble, and this year, Pavia had an interception and a fumble. And then Alabama owned the clock for most of the time. Is all those kind of things. Alabama had a horrible unsportsmanlike penalty in last year's game. This year, even though it wasn't that crucial, Vanderbilt had one on an interception that ended up not counting because they called Alabama for defensive holding. But what it did was negate the whole penalty, and so Vanderbilt, they got a first down, but they actually moved backwards. So, I mean, I'm just looking, and they'll beat Kentucky. I mean, I'm not worried about that at all. So I'm sitting here looking at this going, shit, Vanderbilt might go 9-3, 10-2. I don't think it's nuts. I mean, and then when you factor in, you need to give them some credit. I mean, because it is Vanderbilt. I mean, you got a grade on a curve. They at least scheduled somebody non-conference. Yes, it's Virginia Tech, and yes, they suck, and yes, they've already fired their coach. But Vanderbilt's 2-0 against Virginia Tech. I mean, that's not bad.
Virginia Tech was supposed to be a lot better last year. So,
and if Vandy does go, let's just pretend like Vandy goes 9-3, then I would have to assume the losses probably Tennessee and probably LSU or Texas. But if they go 9-3, they will have a win over LSU, Texas, or maybe the loss will be Missouri. Or they'd have 2 wins over LSU, Missouri, Texas, a win over Auburn.
Let's be realistic.
They're
going
realistic.
7-5.
Well,
maybe
they're already
8-4.
They're already 5-1.
Yeah, but
dude, let me tell you, I gained a lot of respect for that team, except for the crotch grabbing. I gained a lot of respect for that team, and I just think they play hard. They've got a different mindset, and also they come into every game knowing that the other team is taking them for granted. They can, everybody loves to come into a game. There's famously, what was it, Kirby Smart? Or no, it was Travis Kelce a couple years ago when they won the Super Bowl. Everybody doubted us. And everybody's like, no, you were the odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl. Like, everybody looks for that edge. Vanderbilt, you don't have to look far. Louis Kazard's been making jokes about Vanderbilt back in the day. I mean, Vandy's been the joke, and now they're not. And they're just not bad, dude. I'm telling you, they're.
Oh, I watch them play. I mean, they're disciplined, and they. Pavi is just. I mean, he makes uncanny plays. They usually do everything. They're well coached. I mean,
and
Clark Lee's done a very good job.
Pavi is 24 years old. I mean, that counts for something. So, yeah, I think Vanderbilt – I'll say this. I think Vandy will win at least 3 more games. Okay? So that puts them at 8-4.
Yeah, I can say that.
I'm not saying they'll go 10-2. I'm saying it's not impossible.
Oh, no, it's not impossible.
But I see Vandy winning 3 more games.
But Auburn could beat Georgia, too. That's possible. But I mean –
well, that's another thing about this interesting –
more likely – Vandy goes 10-2 or Auburn beats Georgia Saturday.
I mean, the only reason I'm going to say Auburn beats Georgia is because that line is 3.5. I can't figure it out.
Yeah, I don't. Well, somebody knows something.
Well, we always say that,
and they're usually right.
It's 50-50, but I'm going to say this: that what exactly do they think Auburn did during the off week? Because it's still an offense that hadn't been able to move the ball very well, and doesn't really have an identity. Now, do they think Auburn's going to start running? I mean, Georgia's still got a good defense. I mean, Ty Simpson put 24 points on them in a half, I understand, but they didn't put any points on them in the second half.
Word is that there was an enormous box delivered by UPS to the practice field this week.
Was a running game in it?
And identity was in it. That's what they did during the week, during the off week. So all that's straightened out from what I'm told.
We do have to talk for a minute.
Gunslinger, Jackson Arnold. He's
slinging again?
Free as a bird.
All right.
So
we do have to talk for a second.
Got left tackle some hearing aids.
Yeah, that's what we got to talk about.
I mean, there's going to be 30. I mean, we were promised.
Andy, why would your head coach come out and say, guys, we figured it out?
All he said was the guy had his hearing tested during the off week because literally in 2 games he said, I cannot hear the clap. Now, he said that during the game. Everybody saw that on national TV. So what were you – I mean, you got to do something.
But it makes more sense to if you said that than go, how are you not the last one to react? Why are you going off sides? How are you the first one?
Yeah.
Are you just a bad guesser? I mean,
clearly.
You would think he would be going later than everybody if he can't hear anything. But it's also like, hey, the SEC is full of loud stadiums. They're all loud.
Yeah.
And so this is going to be a problem.
I can understand, from him coming from Virginia Tech, where there's like 80 people in the stands because they're so awful the last couple of years, and going to most ACC. I mean, going to play NC State, Wake, and all these other places where there's nobody there. I can understand where you come to the SEC and you're like, holy crap, this is not anything like what I played in last year. And maybe you didn't know. I grant it. It's as Auburn as anything Auburn.
It's the most
to say something like that.
It's like it was in his contract that when our guy is messing up, we have to find an ailment.
Well, when our guys if our guy that's making $2 million a year, if he is playing terribly, we got to give him an excuse because we don't want to embarrass him. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's not. Maybe there's something to it. And if he jumps offside and for the rest of the year, he doesn't jump off sides, hey, crown that guy. Crown that ear, nose, and throat guy that figured this out and got him some miracle ear. All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense. Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We're located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
With football here, Martin's at Lake Martin is ready with the lake's best place for sports, fun, and entertainment. With your favorite teams on over 20 big screens. And Martin's is now open 7 days a week. Monday, trivia night. Tuesday, open cornhole tournaments. Wednesday, free pool. Thursday, our huge bingo night with food trucks. And every Friday and Saturday, live entertainment with food trucks. Sunday, enjoy NFL ticket with hot dogs and chili. This football season, make the best game plan. Go to Martin's on 34 in Dadeville, where every hour is happy hour.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full service repair and installation on all major brands. From drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. We are brought to you each and every Tuesday night by JR Sports Bar and Grill. Wonderful place to get lunch or dinner right here in downtown Alexander City. Had a mushroom Swiss burger from there and some homemade chips just the other night. Fantastic. Love the mushroom Swiss burger there at JR Sports Bar and Grill. But that's not all they have. Of course, they got a wide variety on the menu. Great people, great food, an institution, really, in Alex City. That is JR's Sports Bar and Grill. All right, Auburn and Georgia. From the 20 years from 1986 when we turned the hoses on the Georgia fans, which I love that video. That is one of my favorite videos.
Well, I mean, that was back in the gigantic shoulder pads days.
Yes, it was. Yeah, that was. I
remember where I was when that happened because I was 14. I was at my parents' house. Well, I mean, obviously, I wasn't living on my own, and I was in my parents' room. They had gone out to do something, and I was watching TV. And I remember thinking, I don't think you're supposed to do that.
To them running out on the field or turning the hoses?
Hosing them down.
I mean, somebody just accidentally turned the sprinkler system on.
But I do look. I get it. I mean, if you're Georgia, you're like, wait a minute. People clip our hedges all the time, and like we come over here and do it one time to y'all, and everybody loses their mind.
Well, no, I thought it was great. It was. I mean, they say that the reason they did it is because Auburn did it the year before, and I'm sure that there were some people that went out there. I have no idea. I wasn't there in 1985, nor did I care at the time. But certainly Auburn won the game, obviously. But
don't tell me y'all care about your hedges when I've seen that video of a woman diving straight into the middle of it.
It wasn't that. They were on the middle of the field.
That is true. That's
the whole point. Stomping on the AU.
Opponents. By the way, did you see UCLA field storming?
No.
All 10 of them did it, and it was almost synchronized.
Wow.
And
at least nobody got hurt.
The security guard apparently, he was sort of an older guy, and the only person he went after was one guy who had his daughter, his 4-year-old daughter, and he was trying to grab the daughter, and they were like, "Dude, come on!"
Wow. Now that Auburn was 12-7-1 from 1986 to 2005 when Auburn went to Athens and broke their hearts on about a 70-yard passing catch from Brandon Cox to Devin Arumshadu, which fumbled into the end zone at about the 5, and Courtney Taylor jumped on it. It actually worked out better for Auburn because they ended up kicking a field goal and running the timeout. But anyway, since then, in the last 20 years, Auburn is 3-17 against Georgia. It doesn't even seem right. I look at that and I think that can't be right. And I have to go back and look at it every time and look it up and go, yeah, that's right. That is correct. 8 straight for Georgia, so it's actually the opposite of the Alabama-Georgia series here as of late. But nonetheless, Auburn will play Georgia on Saturday. I'd venture to say this might be the most beatable Georgia team since
16.
I don't know, 16. They came into Jordan-Hare Stadium number 1 in the country in 17. Yeah. 16 they were terrible. 15 they were terrible. But golly, I don't know if Auburn, where they're at. I think they're more talented than they have been. obviously, since around, I don't know, 18 or 19. But will they find a way to do it? I have no clue whatsoever.
I mean, the line is spooky, and it doesn't necessarily determine. It's funny. Everybody goes, that line's moving. Somebody knows something. Well, yeah, it's still Georgia minus 3.5, so they still think Georgia's going to win. And I think Georgia's clearly got the better roster. The catch is, I used to be able to tell you a lot of people on Georgia's roster. I can't do that anymore. I know they got some big boy bullies back there playing tailback.
Sounds like the offensive line is real beat up.
Yeah.
Several starters out, maybe.
If you're going to get them, you better get them because they're having another good recruiting year. Of course, they're getting Jared Curtis in, the quarterback, and I think Hugh Freeze needs this one way or the other.
I would say so.
And
I'm on record as saying if Auburn gets blown out by Georgia, if we get run off our own field, Hugh Freeze will not coach another game.
I just don't see this Georgia team blowing Auburn out because I think Auburn.
I think that's the point.
I know. But I'm saying I don't think that's even much possible. I don't know if Georgia's got enough offensive firepower to do that. I love Branch, that wide receiver, and that freshman wide receiver that dropped Taylor that dropped a sure touchdown against Alabama. He's still good. He just dropped a pass there. But their tight ends are good, but they're not Brock Bowers. Gunnar Stockton's fine. He's not all SEC. He's fine.
He's no Stetson Bennett.
This could be his coming out party. If you're gonna, if Georgia could use it to a statement too. I mean, they could make a statement. They hadn't really played anybody in the non-con. They've beaten Kentucky. Who else have they beaten?
Tennessee in overtime.
At Tennessee. Now, I'll say this. That is one thing. I think both these teams are tested enough. Georgia's played Bama at home. They played at Tennessee. Those are two pretty good tests. That game at Tennessee, especially because they got behind, but that's the one thing I don't know if Auburn can beat or can attack Georgia the same way Tennessee did. I think Auburn's got the receivers to potentially do it. I don't know that they got the actual aerial game to do it.
Auburn's got to run the football and set that up and make Georgia bring a safety down to open up the passing game. You can't do it the other way. We've been trying to do it the other way for 2 years. It does not work. You can't pass to throw up to set up the run with the way that we're doing it with the quarterback so in the offensive line that we have. It just don't work. So, now having to do that against Georgia,
here's the catch.
Tough.
And this is, if I were an Auburn fan, this is what would scare me. If you don't beat them this year, when do you think you're going to beat them?
Well,
I know, but you look to the future and you think about okay, now we go to Georgia.
Only way, though, you look to the future is to say that you're on the same course that you're on. You have to drastically change the course that you're on, and you think, well, okay, that's how we get, how we end up beating them, or you get better. You just got to get better. Now, how does that happen? Well, we'll see. But, no, it does not look promising right now, for sure. All right, I tell you what, we'll go ahead and take another break. We'll come back. We'll talk about Florida and Texas. My goodness. Did Billy Napier save his job? Maybe.
Look, there's a lot of season left. He's going to lose it and save it a few more times.
This is true. All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Two Rivers Lumber Company has a proud heritage in the state of Alabama and is excited to announce we are opening a new facility in the Lake Martin area late 2025. Our company specializes in southern yellow pine dimension lumber, and we plan to employ over 150 in our new community of Lake Martin. Two Rivers Lumber Company is a family-run business with over 45 years of service to the state. And we are happy to become a part of the Lake Martin community and want to wish the best of luck to all area athletic teams in all competitions. Two Rivers Lumber, Lake Martin's newest community partner, coming soon.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care, open 7 days a week. Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
what makes Zaxby's Giant Chicken Finger Quesadilla so giant? Crispy fingers, sauce, and melty cheese. Zaxby's Giant Chicken Finger Quesadillas. Who's got the sauce?
Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, is looking for the next hometown hero. Hometown heroes could be first responders, public service workers, community leaders, pastors, community volunteers, or anyone who is making a difference in your hometown. Submit your nominations now online at myhscu.com. And if your nominee is selected, they will get a $100 Visa cash card and a certificate of appreciation from Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Bundle your home and auto and save money with State Farm's personal price plan. Contact State Farm agent Ron Carroll today at 256-378-6631 or visit him on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Prices vary by state, options selected by customer availability, and eligibility may vary.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. And Sarah Honda has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Honda and pre-owned inventories in the state and the Sarah Promise. Our best deal when you buy or trade, a 72-hour exchange policy, a no-hassle trade-in promise. Written offers are good for 7 days. And our best service promise. Our factory-certified technicians help keep your vehicle running smoothly. That's why Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from Sarah Honda in Sylacauga.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Talking about the SEC, Texas goes into the swamp and, made it look close late. And to be perfectly honest, if they had a little more, if they'd had 5 more minutes, they probably would have tied it up, knowing Billy Napier in Florida. But they did not have that extra time.
You want to talk about a cliche that I absolutely hate. We have a game that we know is 60 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, do what you can in there. And then I hate it when people say, we didn't lose, we ran out of time.
Yeah.
That's part of the game. It didn't just go on into infinity.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress.
You can't just play a half of football. Yeah. You got to actually play all 4 quarters.
But see, that's not. I appreciate that cliche. The ran out of time. No, we know the time going in.
Yeah. I look, DJ Lagway, 21 of 28, 298 yards. And look, but the thing about this, and I keep coming away from these things, Luke, and Billy Napier upsets Texas, and I watched the game. Okay, I watched this game a whole lot more than I watched Alabama and Vandy. And you know what I thought after this? Well, no, this is a more interesting game. And I came away with what thing? You know what I thought? Billy Napier should be fired immediately.
Why?
Because he's an idiot. 21 of 28. They ran the ball for 159 yards. They manhandled Texas like they were a little girl. Okay? I've been told all week, Texas is probably one of the best defenses in the country. Their defensive line is unbelievable. Yada, yada. And Florida just lines up and manhandles them. Runs it down their throat. They throw 28 times for 300 yards. Why are you throwing 40 and 50 times against Miami and LSU, you idiot? Billy Napier is an idiot. He should be fired immediately.
Well, let's say, a couple of things. I'm with you on the LSU part, but let's remember, like the LSU thing, what did that end up being, 20-10?
5 interceptions.
I know. It was 20-10, and one of them was a pick 6. You're right, 5 I get all that. I hear what you're saying. Miami, I think we have enough sample size of Miami now to know they're pretty doggone good. I don't like admitting it any more than anybody else. They're good. And so
perhaps with an intelligent game plan.
Yeah, you could have done better. True. But I think Napier is also, look, it is admirable and it is appreciated the way he got his team continue to play. In this day and age,
where has it been?
I'm with you on that.
It's the same thing I'll say after Saturday night. When Auburn beats Georgia by 10, I'll say, where has it been?
I'm not advocating for him to remain there. You got a lot more football left. But I'll say this, that a lot of coaches, it would be tough to get their guys fired up when Florida's already lost 3 games, one of them being to South Florida, in that exact same venue where they just beat Texas handily. And they lost to Miami. That Miami game was in Miami, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, and then they lost at LSU again. No shame at losing to LSU at night. No shame in that.
It's the way they did it.
I hear you. I'm just saying, to keep that squad together in a day and time when everybody can transfer about every 5 minutes, you got to give them a pat on the back. I mean,
should be
fired. All your stuff is
5 minutes after that game. Don't even go to the press conference. Just get out. He's an idiot.
So you're madder that he won than he lost to other games.
I'm madder that he went out and ran the ball and had an intelligent, cogent game plan and was efficient throwing the ball and looked good doing it.
What do you want him
Why against a better defense than either of the 2 that he lost?
Well, either of the 3.
I mean, it just. I mean, I don't care about whether they win or lose. I'm just saying.
I understand.
I feel your frustration, Florida fans. I'm in the same boat. So
it's frustrating. But if you're Florida now, you go, okay, we love you again, kinda. But now you're going to Texas A&M. What are you going to do there? It's one thing to upset an overrated Texas team that came into your place. Now you got to go to A&M team that's already gone on the road and beaten a good Notre Dame squad. They took care of Auburn. They took care of Mississippi State. Who else have they beaten?
Texas A&M,
yeah.
Notre Dame.
You
said that's it, basically.
Okay. Well,
Notre Dame, Auburn, and who else? Whatever you said.
They beat a couple of
Mississippi State.
Yeah, and again, Mississippi State's not great. I mean, they sort of came back to earth a little bit, but I think that they're better than we thought they were.
Maybe true.
The only team that's worse than we thought they were going to be, or at least exactly where we thought they were going to be, is Kentucky.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they are who we thought they were. Okay, A&M, as I mentioned, hammers Mississippi State 31-9. This game not even close. 483 total yards for A&M, 219 for Mississippi State. They had been moving the ball pretty good. They moved it up down the field on Tennessee. But they didn't. They couldn't run the ball. They couldn't throw the ball. So give A&M credit. Now they're gonna have 10 penalties every game, but Marcel Reed was very efficient in this game. But they can run the ball, man.
Just
That's
like we all thought,
thing.
It's going to be Ole Miss and Texas A&M for the SEC.
Well, really,
Atlanta
they could be
will
11-1.
That'll be a hot ticket.
That's what. Who was it? Saturday Down South. That's what they were predicting the rest of the year was 11-1 Ole Miss and 11-1 A&M. And it could happen.
I'm tempted to buy 2 SEC championship tickets right now and hope that those 2 make it, because they will be the hottest ticket in a long time, because neither one of them's ever been.
Sure. That'd be I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
It'd be like if the Brewers and the Mariners play for the World Series. Neither team's ever won a World Series.
Both of them still in the playoffs?
Yeah, both are really good. They're actually, Brewers are up 2-0 on the Cubs. Okay, Georgia hammers Kentucky. Not really a surprise there. Who is this Bowley kid for Kentucky? He threw the ball 41 times. I don't think it's a winning strategy, but.
Now, I watched that. You want to talk about literally going through the motions. You felt the malaise from Georgia just coming through the screen. It was a difficult watch. Mark Stoops might be on the hottest seat in the SEC right now. And it's crazy because he was one of the hottest coaches for a while. And then he does that little ill-fated trip to Texas A&M, and since then it's like –
it's funny how that
It's like
happens.
you're leaving your wife for your mistress, and then your mistress goes, I don't think this is going to work. And you come back, honey, I'm home. And she's like, I sort of started moving on.
How about this? The Texas A&M's defense, the last 2 weeks, they have given up 1 third down.
Wow.
1 of 23. Auburn and Mississippi State
does
combined.
not bode well for Florida coming in this week.
It does not. But we'll see what happens. Maybe they can do something with them. I don't know. All right, we'll go ahead and take another break. But never fear, hour number 2 of Sports Blitz Live is on the way right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio, or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
The all-new Winter Timber is now open. Located right next to the Walmart Market across from the Auburn Mall. If the outdoors is your lifestyle, Winter Timber is your new headquarters. From rifles, ammo, and hunting supplies, camo, and all the outdoor essentials, they've got it in stock and ready for you. Winter Timber is here to serve Auburn, Opelika, and the entire Lake Martin area. And they'll make the drive worth it. For the best selection and the best service in outdoor gear, one name says it all. Winter Timber, the best in outdoor needs.
Hi, I'm Abby Guy, Vice President at Riverbank and Trust. They say that most banks offer the same products, but Riverbank offers something most can't: personal connection. We love getting to know our customers by name and making them feel special with every interaction. It's a feeling of warm hospitality you won't find anywhere else. Experience it for yourself.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Hour number 2 of tonight's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. As always, we're brought to you each and every Tuesday evening by JR Sports Bar and Grill and Sunshine Heating and Air. We appreciate their sponsorship of tonight's show. Talked a lot about Auburn and Alabama. Auburn versus Georgia this upcoming week. Alabama and Vandy this past week. A lot of games in the SEC as well. How about moving over to the NCAA? Just the top 25. Not a lot of – I mean, that Miami-Florida State game, it was built up a lot. I was excited about it. Turned out to be kind of a dud. But, I mean, there again, Florida State kind of ran out of time, right?
Yeah. It's like they just waited too long to wake up. And, first of all, Miami may be pretty good.
They may be.
They look pretty good. And I think Florida State,
I think they fell asleep more than anything else.
And Florida State, they may have been a little crestfallen after losing to Virginia, and now they've lost to Miami, and it's sort of maybe we are what people thought we were. And Alabama probably would love to have that game back, is all I can say.
Yeah, I would imagine. So. Ohio State, no problem with Minnesota. We talked about Penn State, just absolutely. And it's not like they went out and turned the ball over 5 times. They gave up 42 points to UCLA. It's
embarrassing. It is a fireable offense. It is.
Yes.
To be that ill-prepared. And, I guess you could say, well, there's this, 4-hour time difference or whatever. I mean, give me a break. Nico had not been playing well, and you made him look like what Tennessee fans thought he was going to be 3 years ago. I mean, it's.
He had a great game. He looked. I mean, I think it's 3 rushing touchdowns, or 2.
Yeah.
2 passing and 3 rushing, or vice versa, one or the other.
It's one of those where Penn State's supposed to have these two incredible running backs. Drew Aller's supposed to be this big NFL guy, and it just didn't materialize.
Yeah, he's kind of slow and I don't know, just kind of lumbers around. Yeah. How about is Texas Tech for real? Number 11 in the country?
I mean, I'm not ready to buy in because the Big 12's been sort of a dud overall. I'm not ready to totally buy in, but they're better than I thought. And they also, by the way, have like the number 1 athlete for 2027 committed and the number 1 defensive tackle for 2027 committed. That is NIL.
Open up the coffers, yeah. Iowa State goes down. So there's your Big 12. Aren't they the Big 12?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cincinnati, Cincinnati in the Big 12. Notre Dame gets win over Boise. Virginia, how about beating Louisville? Virginia gets ranked, says not so fast, we'll stay ranked.
Yeah. Coming off their win over Florida State is emotional, but remember it happened on a Friday night. So they had a little extra time to get that out of their system. They go to a Louisville team that was undefeated and had been playing well, and they take care of everything. So, good win for them.
How about Clemson beat North Carolina 38-10? Is this going to continue this clown circus at North Carolina, or is it going to will Bill Belichick finish the season there? I guess
I don't know, but so a couple of things. First of all, they canceled a documentary that was going to be made about this season on Hulu, and they probably said, it's not going to be. It's going to be a mockumentary.
Yeah,
and then they had a rule that you couldn't tweet anything about any Patriot stuff Bill Belichick had implemented. Well, of course, Drake May goes to Buffalo, gets a huge win. Drake May played at UNC, and so they didn't tweet anything about it. Well, finally, Mac Brown, who was coach at North Carolina before Bill Belichick, he tweets a picture with Drake May, like, congratulations, what a great, huge win, so happy for you. And then North Carolina felt obligated to tweet something, so they sort of removed that embargo and tweeted. I mean, it's just weird stuff. And it's like, how was this thing going to end in any way except catastrophe?
Well, look, I had this argument with Brett. I don't know other way to say it. And it cannot be defended what's happening now at North Carolina. It is a clown show.
Yes.
And Bill Belichick is the head clown
which
right now.
Which side of the argument did you take?
But I'm just saying, whatever he does here, it does not remove the fact that the man went to 10 Super Bowls.
No, nobody said
I mean, and I don't care how good you think Tom Brady is. He's the greatest. I agree. But Bill Belichick was a great NFL coach. Many people consider him the greatest NFL coach of all time. He was a great coach. What happens now, it's much akin to Willie Mays going to the Mets and fumbling around and tripping. Michael Jordan had 25 points when the Wizards.
Yeah, he wasn't bad.
He wasn't bad. Yeah. But I mean, this is Muhammad Ali and Larry Holmes in 1980, where you're just like, oh God, please stop.
Yeah.
Just please stop. This is what that is. Now, again, it doesn't tarnish what he did. Well, maybe it does tarnish, but it doesn't take away what he did.
And I think ultimately, this will be a footnote like Joe Namath being with the St. Louis Rams. It'll be like, Joe Namath is super fondly remembered always. There's always that thing of him running out of the tunnel doing like this after beating Baltimore. I mean, I wasn't even alive, and I know a lot about that Super Bowl, right? And
Super Bowl III, right?
Yeah. And there's that famous picture of, I think it's Weeb Eubanks was the coach of the Jets, and he comes in, and Joe Namath is sitting in like one of those ice tubs, and the report had just what happened was a reporter said, so you think you're going to win? He goes, yeah, we're going to win. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, I guarantee we're going to win. It was, just like he was offended that the guy was like, oh, you really believe you can win, knucklehead,
Yeah.
And Weeb Eubanks comes in, he's holding the paper up, and Joe Namath in the tub. Joe Namath's like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
And so, but he goes to St. Louis, and shoot, everybody forgets that. I mean, who cares? I mean, he's Joe Namath. And I think that's with Bill Belichick. Yeah, there'll always be that one person that'll say, well, Tom Brady made him. But Don Shula had Dan Marino and went to one Super Bowl and lost it. Didn't go again. I mean, Don Shula is one of the greatest coaches of all time. I don't think anybody would say he wasn't. And he couldn't get back. He had a fantastic quarterback. Shoot, he had two. I think outside of Randy Moss, he probably had better weapons around him long term. So I think there's something to be said for, a coach navigating all the rough waters of, having a quarterback like Tom Brady. It's hard, man. Everybody thinks it's so easy. I mean, Phil Jackson, it's tough to get everybody on the same page as Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is the lead dog. He's the alpha. There's no doubt. But to win a championship, you need a Dennis Rodman who's a crapshoot. You need a Scottie Pippen who is probably loaded and weighted down by jealousy.
Yeah.
And you need a center.
Scott Paxson, Horace Grant.
You need some other dudes, and you got to keep them all at least moderately happy, at least happy enough to just win a championship. Then everybody can hate each other again.
Yeah. I'm just saying, and that was – and so Brett thinks, I guess, it was all Tom Brady and none of Belichick, and I think that's not true.
I don't think that's true. I mean, look, it's if that's the case, are you saying that if Tom Brady had say, just pick NFL coach and put him in that slot, would it have had the same results? I don't think so.
I find it hard to believe. So anyway, but again, going back to North Carolina. It sounds like the players are in revolt now as well, so that's never good.
It's the GM for everybody's got a GM now. The GM for North Carolina sent this long letter out to a lot of the boosters saying, "Hey, if y'all know anything about how Philadelphia, the 70s, I'm from Philadelphia, and the 76ers built up their team by, they had to." That first season, they had to cull a few things, and they had to make some sacrifices. Yeah, they were like, they tanked so they could get the first pick in the draft. You don't have to tank in college football. We don't have a draft.
Right. I don't know about anything about that for sure. Okay, we'll take a break, and then we'll come back and do some more on tonight's Sports Blitz Live.
It's a great segue.
Thank you.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
If you're tired of the same old and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City. Adams Motorsports of Montgomery knows it's the best time to ride. Right now, get the best deals on all of our Suzuki and Kawasaki street bikes, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes. Adams Motorsports has it all, and our inventory is vast. Get out there, ride the streets and trails, and let Adams Motorsports make your pleasure our business. With family customer service and service after the sale. It's time to ride, so come see us on Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery or online at adamsmotorsports.com.
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SDC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen-printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full service repair and installation on all major brands. From drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. 256-234-6221 is our number. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. If you got any thoughts on any of the things that we have discussed, by all means, we'd love to discuss it with you. The Major League Baseball playoffs going on right now. The ALDS, you got the Mariners and Tigers tied 1-1. Although the series is tied 1-1, Mariners are up 5-1 right now in the bottom of the seventh. That one going on in Detroit. This is a best-of-5 series, so big win on the road if Seattle can hang on to that 5-1 win.
So you're saying there's a chance it'll be Seattle and Toronto in the AL?
It's headed that way. Yeah.
Okay, and then what would be the NL?
Probably right now, it looks like it's going to be the Brewers and the Dodgers.
Oh, Major League Baseball would be unhappy campers.
I doubt it. Look, I understand that's you always look at the that, but I'm looking at the great matchup. I'm looking at new blood.
Because I don't like baseball, I'm fine with Milwaukee against Seattle. I mean, I'm not watching it anyway, and I'm fine for those communities to have a shot at it. Go for it. But I'm saying if you're an exec, you want Los Angeles against the Yankees. Wasn't that what it was last year?
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Well, I don't want it, but I'm sure they do. You're probably right. But right now, the Blue Jays up 6-1 on the Yankees in the bottom of the third. I bet they've scored.
Oh, they've put it on them.
I bet they've scored 25 runs in 3 games now. I mean, they have just run it up on the Yankees, and that's great because I hate the Yankees. So Blue Jays looking like they could close things out tonight with a 2-0 lead. Dodgers are up 2-0.
Oh, it's just best of 5?
Mm-hmm, in the division series. Baseball does it right. You get a 3-game series, you get a 5-game series, you get a 7-game series.
Well, that's what basketball used to do.
I know, and then they screwed it up.
Well, they and baseball.
And that's why I quit watching it. Basically,
baseball's going to do the same thing. Baseball screwed it up by that. Does baseball still have that 1-game thing that they used
No.
to? I mean, I don't. I remember I hated that so much.
They added another wild card, and you have a best of 3. You basically have a series.
I think I'm good with. I am good with that. I'm fine with because that the chances of that team making it very far probably aren't great anyway, and so I'm fine with that. But basketball should go back to, it used to be best of 3. I think it was best of 3, and then best of may have always been.
I think it was best of 5.
May
yeah,
have been, but and they used to. I don't know if they went back to it, but they used to do 2, 3, and 2 in the finals.
They
but
did.
Everything else was 2, 2, 1, 1, 1.
Mm-hmm.
But look, I'm all for Milwaukee. I don't know a single player on that team. I'm all for Milwaukee taking on Seattle.
They had a guy come in last night out of the bullpen throwing 104.
Good Lord!
And he pitched for like 4 innings. And everybody after him came out, and they were throwing at least 100 or 101.
Holy!
Everybody at the bull. I mean, it's just incredible just to watch that and see a guy for the Brewer, a guy from the Dodgers came out throwing 101, and he threw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball down the middle, and the guy from the Brewers hit it about 6 miles to center field. I mean, you know how difficult that's got to be one of the that may be the hardest thing to do in sports, is to hit a 100-mile-an-hour baseball like that. I mean, it's pretty. That's why I like it so much. But anyway, Dodgers are up 2-0 on the Phillies, and again they'll play tomorrow night. And the Brewers are up 2-0 going. This one, that one's going back to L.A. So I mean, if L.A. can't win one game out of 2 out there, then they're probably not going to win it anyway. But the Brewers are going to Chicago, so it should be they're up 2-0. So it should be a lively night at Wrigley Field for that one. All right, how about let's take a look at some games this week.
Okay, I'm with you,
Luke. There's some pretty good games in the SEC this week, and some decent games in and around out of the league. But we'll start with, and you know we're at the bottom of the barrel here, so we're only going to go up from here. Number 21 Arizona State is 4-1, 2-0 in the league, at 4-1 Utah, who's 1-1 in the conference. The Utes are a 6.5-point favorite.
My son goes to Arizona State. I'm an Arizona State fool here. I hope they win it. I don't think they will, but I hope they do. Their quarterback just hadn't played as well as everybody thought he would this year.
Mm-hmm. They're missing Scatterboo.
They're missing Scatterboo. Scatterboo's doing pretty well in the pros. I got him on my fantasy team. So, I'm all for Arizona State. I just don't think they can pull it off.
Yeah. It's hard to beat Utah at home. This one, 9:15. Saturday night on the ESPN.
That's one of those, hey, I've watched all I can watch. I'll go to sleep watching this.
Yeah, this is the one where you get done with the day and then you cut it on and you're like, really? It's still going on? All right, number 15, Michigan, is 4-1, still undefeated in the Big Ten. On the road at USC, who's 4-1, 2-1 in the league, in the Big Ten, that is. The Trojans are a 2.5-point favorite. Now, this looks like a good game. Probably nobody really cares.
No, I don't think so.
But it looks like a good game. Michigan at.
It sounds nice.
It sounds good.
I don't think it is a good game, though. We got a caller. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Luke. How you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. Listen, I want to talk to you about Texas A&M.
Okay.
And I think Florida's going to whoop our ass.
Really?
Okay. I mean, look, I like the way you're calling your shot. Florida's just got one of those teams. I can't buy into them until I see some kind of consistency. And if they go to Texas A&M and win, I'm telling you, they may go on a run. But I just got to see it. I got to see them do it 2 games in a row before I buy in.
Well, I agree with that. We'll find out if Texas is worth the crap.
I think we've already found that out.
Yeah, I know that. But we'll find out more. It's the way Auburn went down there, their defense. It was a shame that Auburn ain't got no offense.
That is a shame.
Depends on who you ask, Jerry.
But anyway, Auburn, they got a good defense. And I believe that, Florida's got a good defense. And if Florida can move that ball and everything like they done against Texas, they stand a dang good chance of whooping their butts.
Well, I'll say this. I think Florida's defense is not far behind Auburn's defense. And I think Florida has a much more dynamic quarterback. And I was going to say Auburn clearly has a wide receiver advantage. They probably still do as a group. But that Dallas Wilson dude, that true freshman, he's a dude.
I know that.
He's a good wide receiver.
Okay. How about the game this weekend between Alabama and
Missouri?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be there. I'm looking forward to it. That's another line that is dropping. It's gone from like 4.5 to 3. It is scary because this team is a lot like Vanderbilt, so they're going to give Alabama some fits. And Ahmad Hardy averages about 150 yards a game, and his backup averages about 75 or 80 yards a game. And they both average over 7.5 yards per carry. So it's frightening. Those are two really good players. That being said, again, just trying to play both sides here, Missouri has not played a Herculean schedule. They've played.
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah. So they haven't even left Missouri yet. They have not played one away game.
And they got my name wrong up there. They said Jerry Johnson. No, it's Gary Johns.
Gary. Well, that's why we called you Jerry. So, okay, well, yeah, we need to fix that.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
All right. Well, listen, appreciate the phone call, buddy.
Hey, take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Hey, Luke.
Hey.
That's what we
Hey,
rename the show.
It's happened to me before. Deal with it.
All right, we got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
This spring and summer, make your land, farming, lawn, and landscaping needs have zero risk and 100% success with Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor. With 0% financing on all our Mahindra tractors, many with up to 84-month terms. Our inventory of Mahindra tractors and farm implements is beefed up, and more are coming in daily. We also have extended 0% terms on Spartan mowers to handle your mowing needs with the best and zero-turn mowers priced to move. At Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor, your authorized Mahindra and Spartan dealer. L&M Pawn and Gun, located in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, is East Alabama and West Georgia's complete gun, tactical, and pawn shop. It invites the region to shop over 500 firearms in stock, on the floor, and ready for sale at the market's best values. At L&M Pawn and Gun, we specialize in all tactical guns, equipment, and parts, including AK-47 and AR-15s. Specialized parts for tactical guns as well as suppressors and other parts you can't find anywhere. L&M Pawn and Gun has it all in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, or shop online, lmpawnandgun.com.
Alex City and west side of the lake. It's time to celebrate because the all-new Lake Martin Pizza is open with the area's best pizza, and it's just down Highway 63 South in our town. Lake Martin Pizza of Highway 63 has a huge outdoor seating area with enclosed heated comfort, a full bar with cold beer, wine, and full spirit selection with family ownership and fun for the whole family. Dine in or pick up. It's just a short drive to our town and is hands down the area's best pizza. Like us on Facebook to see upcoming live entertainment and watch sports on our 360 wraparound TVs. Rejoice! Lake Martin Pizza on Highway 63 is ready for you.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We're located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Hey, Luke.
Hey.
How you doing tonight? Gary made some great points. But I don't know. Florida may, but I just the inconsistency of Billy Napier.
You can't trust him.
You can't trust him from week to week. So they're just so pattern recognition does not work with them for whatever reason.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
You can't. I mean, not that you can't trust A&M either. I mean,
we'll come back next Tuesday, and we'll if they do put a whipping on A&M, call us back. We will congratulate you in person. Luke will call you back and congratulate you in person. How about the NFL a little bit?
Oh,
surprisingly. How about Buffalo going down to New England?
How about
and the Eagles going down to Bo Nix and the Broncos?
I I did love it the other day. There's something on the NCAA commercial, and it like shows a couple of people talking about how much the NCAA means, and it said Bo Nix, Oregon quarterback. And I thought, that's what I'm talking about.
He's just as much an Auburn quarterback as he is. He graduated from Auburn.
Yeah, no, that's look, when every bit of your success comes from.
Oh, he was a star his first year at Auburn. Everybody, look at this guy.
He was fine. He did beat Oregon in his first game
Yes,
ever,
he did.
very ironically. But anyway, yeah, that was the Eagles have been flirting with disaster. And, I mean, again, everybody in the NFL, it's the NFL, you're going to have a lot. I mean, people, I don't know if people do. I'm not saying this in a rhetorical way. Like, this is what college football's trending towards. Is this what you want it to be? I don't know if it is or it might be. The Denver Philly game was fun, but there's something about, to me, like there is no like necessity in it all. I mean, you look at somebody like the Chiefs; they're 2-3. I mean, they're still right in the thick of this thing. They're not going anywhere. I mean. But meanwhile, Florida is 2-3, and while we can all be like, hey, appreciate you beating Texas, that was cool, they're out of it. And I mean, like, I don't see a way. I mean, if they win out, I guess, but they're really out of it. I mean, in Penn State, like I said, they should be out of it. And I think there should be some penalties for things like that. So, anyway. The NFL, I enjoy. Well, I always have enjoyed watching it. But I mean, I can compartmentalize the NFL from college, so they don't have to be the same thing to me. But the game last night was cool. Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on Kansas City I think it's 24-20 or something like that, and at the last second, Jacksonville scores because Trevor Lawrence runs it in, but he falls down first.
Apparently twice.
Yeah, I mean, he's just sort of slipped, and he's able to get him to do it, and it was his birthday.
Happy birthday.
Interesting.
I think we got a phone call. Is this for us? Yes.
There's nobody else at the station, so yes. Call. Caller, you're on there. Go ahead. I hit the wrong button.
Hey, how y'all doing tonight?
All right.
How are you, bud?
I'm glad y'all talking a little NFL. I'm glad to see Kansas City and Baltimore losing.
Boy,
I don't like Baltimore either. I just assume they lose. Yeah.
You know what? I like Baltimore. I mean, I like their uniforms. I mean, obviously they got Derrick Henry, so I like him. But without Lamar Jackson, though, they've got problems.
Yeah, and two, I mean, either one of the Harbaugh brothers, I don't like them.
Yeah, well, the Chargers lost again. This past weekend, I was going to say the Redskins, but the Commanders go in there and take care of business. And, that's the Commanders with Jalen Daniels, that's a good team.
Yeah,
and
I don't know which one it is, Jim or John, but, when he was at Michigan, he'd run off the field and I didn't check the other coach's hand.
That's right. That's Jim.
That's old
John
Jim.
is the one at Baltimore.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, y'all have a good one.
I appreciate it. Yeah, Pittsburgh 3-1. Buffalo 4-1, Indianapolis 4-1.
Yeah, that's
Jacksonville 4-1.
Detroit 4-1.
Detroit after that they got hammered first game, but
see, there is some where the NFL. This is where the NFL does have it over everybody. Like, yeah, the NFL would love it if it were the Jets and I don't even know, Jets and Cowboys. Like, that would be great, even though they played recently and the Cowboys beat the heck out of them. But if it's Detroit and let's say Indianapolis, it's the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. 50 million people are going to watch it anyway.
The World Series, if you put Milwaukee and Seattle up there, a lot of people aren't going to pay attention. It doesn't matter. If it's Indy and Detroit, man, that'll be pretty electric.
I would agree. San Francisco, the 49ers 4-1, the Buccaneers 4-1.
How about Mac Jones with a bit of a resurgence?
Yeah.
He's playing really well.
He really is.
Now, Brock Purdy is apparently coming back, but if I'm Mac Jones, I'm like, somebody's going to pay me here next time.
Who's the best team in NFL right now?
I'd have a hard time saying anybody but Detroit. Boy, they are dangerous. Gibbs is playing really well. Their defense is good. They're Amon-Ra St. Brown, I mean, like just a catching machine. Indy's up there.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying that. But it feels like every game Indy has played so far has been at home, though. Now, and Indy should be undefeated. I think their loss was to the Rams, right? And that is where one of the the wide receiver catches the ball and then drops it before the goal line. I think that's who they lost to. Maybe it's not who they lost to, but I can't. But he did that. And then this past week, somebody for the deadgum Arizona Cardinals does it.
I cannot believe that still happens. But
2 weeks in a row in professional football is so dumb. I mean, like, why would you do that?
And it's not like it's extra effort; it's style points.
Yeah,
I mean, and which makes even less sense. But I just don't get it. Who's the biggest disappointment outside of Baltimore because of all the injuries?
Yeah, Baltimore is definitely a biggest disappointment. Wow. The Jets, they're 0-5.
Well, I mean, did you really expect?
Well, people were excited because they thought Justin Fields was playing better. But I think the Jets got to be up there. Boy, who would be another disappointment?
Chicago. I
don't think Chicago. Nobody.
Dallas.
Well, here's the thing: we're 5 games in.
Kansas City?
Most everybody is like 2-3, 3-2.
Yeah.
Because it's the NFL. We hadn't had a lot of Kansas City, I guess you're up there. But the thing about Kansas City and Baltimore, they both played really tough schedules. Although Baltimore got beat the worst by probably the worst team they played in Houston. And that was at home.
Yeah. Bizarre. They're the only defeated team, the Jets.
Oh, yeah. Completely defeated.
Completely defeated. All right, we'll go ahead and take another break. We'll come back and make some predictions for this weekend. More to come right after this.
Thunderbolt Lightfoot at Oscar's Cafe on Highway 49 South in Dadeville, Alabama is looking to see you today. Now, let me tell you, they got great food. They've always had great food all these years. Now, they still got that atmosphere. They still got that service. They still cater. Let me stop right there. 15 to 415 they can handle. So give them a call today at Oscar's, Highway 49 South in Dadeville. 256-825-4827.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SCC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dadeville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
2025 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World. '25 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World.
welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. As always, your calls come first.
Call you on the air. Go ahead.
All right. Andy, Luke, I tell you, I enjoy listening to y'all.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Did y'all see that ball game last night, the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Yes.
I watched a lot of it, and then I listened to the end of it as I was going to bed, but it was a great game.
Yeah, that was the last 2 minutes, a minute and 45 seconds left. And Kansas City goes ahead with 4 points. Then they turn around and kick the ball out of bounds and give Trevor Lawrence the ball on the 40-yard line, half the field, to go win the ball game.
Yeah, you know, if you're the NFL, I mean, the game it's never over. I mean, like, most of these games end up being 3 or 4 point contests, and when you make a mistake like that, kick the ball out of bounds and give Trevor Lawrence and Brian Thomas and some of the dudes that have that much time to work with, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I was just thinking, he's a professional kicker. Got all that room, and he kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, that's he's going to feel that one when he gets that pink slip.
Yeah.
But I want to tell Andy, I agree with a lot of stuff that he said. I really enjoyed listening to him. And first of the season, before we didn't play the ball game down there at Auburn, I heard Andy say on TV, we got the ball players. Yeah, we can't win with the ball players we got. It's the coaching. And me and him was thinking the same thing. I thought that last year. We got the good ball players down there on the field, but they ain't getting the offense ain't getting the ball to the best players on the team. They don't touch the ball once or twice a game, and they just need to get the best players. They already know who's the best players out there on the field, and make sure they get to touch the football.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, it doesn't make good sense, whether you're talking about running the football or throwing the football. Cam Coleman is such a good receiver. There's absolutely no reason why he shouldn't have 6 to 8 catches a game. Jeremiah Cobb ought to have at least, 12 to 15 carries a game. And we're finding ways not to get it done, and that's coaching. I mean, and that's, the players got responsibility, sure, but if the coaches don't put them in positions to win, we're not going to win for sure.
Yeah, Auburn's got just as good a team in the SEC as I've seen on TV, but they ain't getting the ball to the right ones. I mean, it's just disgusting to see it happening like that.
That's a good word.
I want to tell y'all I enjoy y'all. Y'all keep up good work.
Appreciate
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I think disgusting is probably a good word if you're an Auburn fan.
I think that'd probably be right. All right, looking at some college football games this weekend. Ohio State is at Illinois, number 1 versus number 17. 2-touchdown line here. 14.5 for the Buckeyes.
Well, I think if I'm Illinois, first of all, Illinois,
Champaign.
It feels like Illinois hadn't won a game like this in a long time. So
it's been maybe ever.
Illinois missed a golden opportunity to probably have game day there if they had not been waxed by Indiana. Illinois is one of the one places game day's never been.
Really?
Yeah. They're only like 5 play. Rutgers. They've been everywhere in the SEC. Illinois. There were a couple others that were a little shocking to me, but Maryland may be one of them.
Why would you go to Maryland?
Well, I mean, look, it's not like it's the absolute nothing program, and you would think maybe they're welcoming in Ohio State one weekend or something, and it's early in the year, and nothing else was on, and I know I got to meet a lot of criteria, but
yeah.
So anyway,
does Ohio State cover?
I mean, I'm going to say they do.
They've kind of been slopping around here lately.
They beat Minnesota like 42-3 or whatever it was.
But they only beat who was it? They were like 7-3 or something. It was like some out of conference nobody. It seemed like it was weird.
I think it's hard to keep everybody's focus going.
Maybe so.
This day and age. So I'm not going to put too much blame. They're still undefeated and they still look really good.
Number 7, your favorite team, Indiana, undefeated, is on the road at number 3, Oregon. who is also undefeated. 7.5-point line here.
If Indiana wants me to respect them, or anybody else for that matter, then they'll go and win this game. They need to do something like that. I mean, beating Illinois, fine. I mean, yeah, but we don't know about Illinois just yet. And y'all don't have a marquee win, if you ask me, these last 2 years. So
I certainly didn't think Indiana was 60 points better than Illinois.
No, but I think that's one of those ones that gets away from you.
Yeah.
You know. So I don't know that they're actually 60 points better. I think it's just one of those games. But if Indiana goes to Oregon and wins, I think you got to put some respect on their name.
Arkansas is on the road at number 12 Tennessee, 4-1, 1-1 in the conference. The Volunteers 11.5.
And they're led by Bobby Petrino.
Bob Petrino coming off the firing of Sam Pittman. All's well.
Because you could see this coming. This has been his plan all along, his diabolical plan. Darth Petrino. There's no question.
I hearken back to, do you remember way back in the day when Joe Kynes was the head coach at Arkansas?
Yeah.
And they said, you know what, we're going to bring in an old crafty veteran just as a consultant to kind of help shepherd you in to this job by the name of Dan Ford. And 3 weeks later, they said, well, I mean, the guy's won a national title.
Yeah.
I mean, Danny Ford's going to be the next head coach of Arkansas.
And did Ford or Kynes lose to the Citadel?
Ooh.
I mean, that was back when there wasn't any NIL. It was like, do you remember that?
I don't.
It was in the early 90s.
Oh, I don't recall that one.
So it had to be Ford.
Yeah, probably so. I would say that's about right. All right, South Carolina is at number 11 LSU. LSU 9.5-point favorite in this game. I don't trust LSU.
I don't trust LSU at all. And if you're South Carolina, this is one. I mean, I think you got to have it.
You got to have this one, no doubt.
Because you've already got 2 losses. One of them is a total embarrassment to Vandy. One of them can be explained to Missouri. But LSU is gettable. You need to get them. And then here's the problem. South Carolina has at LSU, Oklahoma at home, Alabama at home. It's a tough stretch.
That is a tough stretch, no question. All right, Florida. We've already had one prediction on this one. Florida 2-3, 1-1 in the league, is at number 5. Texas A&M 5-0, 2-0. 7.5-point line for the Aggies.
I can't even make a call.
Wrecking Crew.
I can't. I'm not going to even make a prediction. This is the most unpredictable. These are 2 forces that cannot be gauged. There isn't an instrument yet to gauge what you even need. We don't know if it's temperature, if it's volts.
Texas A&M did this same thing last year. Came out of the gate, racehorse. I mean, they did lose to Notre Dame, but after that, they ran off like 5 or 6 straight wins.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year,
I know. I mean, they lost to Auburn.
They did. Tell me about it. I was there. All right, look, there's no chance Florida wins this game.
I'm not going to say that. You're not going to hear me say that.
If they had gotten hammered by Texas, I would have said, yes, Florida goes and wins this game.
No, this is
prime time
the
Billy
last
Napier.
Bastion of chaos left in the world. We don't know what Florida's going to do.
It could be.
And we don't know what Texas A&M's going to do.
All right, one more. Oklahoma versus Texas in the Red River rivalry.
Will John Mateer and
Texas
his $1 million thumb be back?
Texas in 1.5?
I don't care if it's John Mateer, John Deere, John Everclear.
John Hawkins? Or what?
I'm rolling with Oklahoma.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, why would you not? Texas.
I mean, I can't look at I can't look at Archman. I'm like Archman. I can't even look at you right now. I mean, I feel like I've been in some kind of relationship squabble with him. I can't even look at you right now.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back and take a look at the 2 biggest games of the weekend for us at least. Don't go anywhere. Final segment right after this.
If you're tired of the same old and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City.
The all-new Winter Timber is now open. Located right next to the Walmart Market across from the Auburn Mall. If the outdoors is your lifestyle, Winter Timber is your new headquarters. From rifles, ammo, and hunting supplies, camo, and all the outdoor essentials, they've got it in stock and ready for you. Winter Timber is here to serve Auburn, Opelika, and the entire Lake Martin area. And they'll make the drive worth it. For the best selection and the best service in outdoor gear, one name says it all. Winter Timber, the best in outdoor needs.
Russell Medical Total Fitness is ready. Are you? Do you have arthritis? They can help. Pilates are for everyone. Ask them about the Silver Sneakers program. Get moving in a class now, or if you prefer, personal training on land and water are available. They have invested in new equipment for you. Invest in yourself with a dedicated and knowledgeable staff. Call today, 256-329-7623.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need with top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill, and our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Main Street Family Urgent Care.
Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care open 7 days a week.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
Zaxby's birthday cake milkshakes are back. Just in time for Zaxby's 35th birthday, so they're gifting you half-off handcrafted milkshakes. Happy birthday to us all. Zaxby's handcrafted milkshakes. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's. Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke closing things out here to 9 o'clock. All right, Alabama, number 8 team in the country, 4-1, 2-0 in the league. 2.5-point favorite over the 14th-ranked Missouri Tigers, who are undefeated.
They're good. Nobody wants to hear it. They're good. Nobody wants to hear Vandy's good. They're good.
Missouri's look, Drinkowitz – I have railed against. I said I refused for Auburn to hire the same guy again. Drinkowitz would be the same guy again, but man, he's done such a great job. You got to at least consider him.
He's a good coach.
He's a good coach.
He's got them playing
with lesser talent than everybody else. Good or bad. 11 o'clock.
I always think it's better for the away team. But I just don't think it matters in this case. They're playing out. They're going to be geeked out of their minds. This is the biggest home game in a while for them probably. So they'll be there. They'll show out. It's going to be a thing. I am so close to predicting Missouri to win this game. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let my inner Bammer come through and pick Alabama by the smallest of margins. I also really do believe this. Ty Simpson's playing as well as any quarterback in the country. And I think Alabama, Jeremy Bernard playing really well. Ryan Williams, he had a kind of a drop at the end of the game against Vandy, but he's playing better. The Jam Miller being back is much bigger deal than I thought it was. I have no problem saying that. Jam Miller is not one of the best backs we've seen at Alabama in the last 25 years, but he may mean as much to this team as anybody else just for his leadership and like his toughness. I mean, he's going to get you 3 yards. And, he's going to catch it, and he's going to slide down to run the clock out instead of trying to make a hero move. He's going to pick up a blitz. He knows he can do all that stuff really well. So I'll pick Alabama by the smallest of margins. I mean, and historically, I think Alabama's won the last 6 or 8 games against these guys, and the average score has been something like 39-12. Now, that has nothing to do necessarily with this game, but a pattern's a pattern.
Our old pal Howard Richards, the play-by-play man for Missouri that comes on with us every year, predicted before the season began that Missouri would be the game that they would finally beat Alabama. So we'll see what happens. It looks like a pretty strong prediction right now, no doubt. All right, number 10, Georgia, 4-1, 2-1, is only a 3.5-point favorite at Auburn, who is 3-2 and 0-2 in the SEC. This one's 6:30 on the ABC network.
I mean, I'm tempted to pick Auburn here too, but every time I want to say I think Auburn's going to beat them because I think Georgia's got some deficiencies. They are deficiencies by Georgia standards, and that has to be factored in. And also, I think it's good in a weird way that Ty Simpson threw an interception this past weekend. I think it's pretty good. Like, go ahead and get that out of your system and understand it's not the end of the world. You can still come back. Until Jackson Arnold shows me he's even willing to throw an interception. And to see, when you throw an interception, typically it's like a ball that's not going to be perfect, and your receiver trying to make a play too. And until he trusts somebody to go do that, I just can't get behind him. So I'm going to go Georgia, but again, I think it's tight, and it wouldn't shock me at all if Auburn wins.
I'll make my prediction later in the week, but I feel pretty much the same way. It's hard for me to think that Auburn's going to win because 3-17 in the last 20 years. But
patterns.
Yeah. But Auburn, I think they're capable. I think they're good enough, and if they play well and are buttoned up and don't do dumb things, they could win the game.
I'll make this prediction. I bet you Alabama and Auburn both don't win, and I think the most likely scenario is one wins and one loses. So one fan base is going to be real happy.
That usually happens. All right. It's going to wrap it up for us on this edition of Sports Blitz Live. Thank you so much for being with us. He's Luke. I'm Andy. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. And Sarah Honda has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Honda and pre-owned inventories in the state and the Sarah Promise. Our best deal when you buy or trade, a 72-hour exchange policy, a no-hassle trade-in promise. Written offers are good for 7 days. And our best service promise. Our factory-certified technicians help keep your vehicle running smoothly. That's why Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from Sarah Honda in Sylacauga.
Farmers and Merchants Bank of Dadeville is building a foundation of strength and trust in the entire Lake Martin community. With our modern branch in Dadeville and caring, attentive staff, we've established Farmers and Merchants Bank as a reliable friend to your banking needs. Whether it's just a savings or checking account or any commercial, auto, or real estate loan, Farmers has local decision-making to build a relationship with you and your needs. Farmers and Merchants Community Bank. Strength, service, community.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen-printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
Summertime is a special time, Time on the water, time away from work, and more time with family and friends. Make sure your heart is ready for the season with an appointment at the UAB Heart and Vascular Clinic at Russell Medical. I'm Dr. Kevin Sublett, and our entire clinic is dedicated to keeping your heart healthy. We're right here in your own community and backed by the knowledge and expertise of UAB Medicine. Make an appointment today by calling 256-234-2644 or visit uabmedicine.org/heartrussell.
Ivy Creek Healthcare is excited to showcase their newest clinic, Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin, located conveniently near the main entrance to Stillwater's on Highway 49 South in Dadeville. Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin is an urgent care with walk-ins welcome. Whether you need lab work, x-rays, or immediate care, find comfort here at Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin. Ivy Creek, here when you need us most. 256-827-5379.